Guys, my name is Noah Hinson. I'm the student pastor here at Community. Let's take a second to connect. As we've had more and more safety restrictions put into place over the last few weeks, we as a church family and as a staff here at Community have had to get super creative about how we can continue to celebrate and connect with one another and contribute to God's kingdom together in spite of everything that's happening around us. And I'm sure that you've seen that we've tried really hard to get creative with it. We started meeting with our adult small groups online using Zoom, and our middle and high school youth groups are doing the same thing on Wednesday and Sunday nights. And our children's ministry team is working really hard to continue to provide the kids in our church family the opportunity to continue to learn about Jesus, to grow in a knowledge of him and his heart for the world. And with all of these changes that are happening, I'm not going to lie, there's been some challenging points, right? Being a young guy on staff and being expected to know a little bit more about this stuff, even though I really don't. Trying to figure out how to talk to people online and have everyone participate in a conversation without it coming through computer speakers as a jumbled mess. Or how about last week when we as a church nationally and abroad managed to break the internet worse than Wreck-It Ralph, right? But with all of these challenges that we're encountering, there's a really beautiful side to this. The church is being pushed outside of its comfort zone. And that's a great thing. I mean, over the last few years and maybe even the last decade even, I think that the church has become a little more out of touch with our culture around us. And to some extent, that's a good thing, right? We're called to be in the world, but not of the world, the Bible says. But at the same time, I wonder if as we've come out of touch, we've also become out of focus, right? I mean, there are people all around us that need to hear the truth and experience the love of Jesus, but we're not close enough to them to actually see them where they are. And I mean, the Apostle Paul says it this way, that he was willing to be all things to all people so that he might seek and save a few for Jesus. Or Pastor Craig Rochelle of Life Church says it this way. He says that we ought to be willing to do anything short of sin to save people for Jesus. So how can you step outside of your comfort zone and use the time and resources you have now to reach people for Jesus? Maybe it looks like just finding coworkers or neighbors that you normally don't talk to except for when you're going to get the mail or sitting in the office, and find them on social media, friend them, get connected with them. Share these weekly connect videos on your personal page or weekly church services online on your personal page, and invite those people to come to church with you. Or maybe it looks like something different. Maybe it looks like you reaching out to that group of people that you normally would only see on a Sunday morning and inviting them to join you in a Zoom call or a FaceTime call or a Google Hangouts call or whatever it is, so that you can continue to stay connected with them and provide them encouragement and community. I mean, this has become such a lonely time for our nation and for our church too. And for some people in our church, they're completely alone in this. They're in houses by themselves, and that community is essential. It's a big part of what it means to be a part of God's kingdom. Because I know this seems like a time that might not be great for the church, right? Not being able to meet in person together and not being able to see each other the same way. But what if it's not? What if this is the perfect opportunity for us as the church to be the church in a new way? How can you use the resources and time that you have to reach people for Jesus, even in the midst of a crazy time?